So thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much for attending this very forum. A lot of development during the past few months, and especially in the South Caucasus. War, peace agreement, talking about different corridors, Zangezur. And now we are hearing that there is a constructive move toward the peace agreement between Armenia and Azerbaijan. So would you please just let us know what is the latest state of affairs between Armenia and Azerbaijan with regard to this peace agreement between two countries?
First of all, thanks for having me, and thanks everybody for organizing this great forum and creating this platform for exchange of ideas. Secondly, frankly, there is no any discussion about any corridor. Mm-hmm. Even we don't use such a name as you used, but we are discussing how we can open the region, unblock the regional communication, bring peace and stability to the region, and development to the region. As Mr. Pezeshkiani, the president of Iranian Islamic Republic, was mentioning, how it's important, the regional cooperation among the states, and how we can bring our efforts together to move forward. On peace agreement, I would like to mention that Armenia and Azerbaijan finalized the text of peace agreement, and now we are discussing with Azerbaijan to move forward on signing the peace agreement. And I think it would be a huge move to the region in the context of bringing peace and stability and having more interdependency. By the way, the peace crossroad that we suggested, that is a plan for unblocking the region and letting the economic infrastructures to boost and bring more interconnection and interdependency to the region. We think that that will be very much helpful, and that will have its investment in the peace and stability in the region.
So I assume that when the text is finalized so soon, we are going to see this new move of signing and then committing both sides on Azerbaijan and Armenia to a sort of more than ceasefire and cessation of hostility, moving toward a real working relations between two countries, yes?
Look, the signing of peace agreement is not the end goal. Because if you look it as an end goal, then it's a little bit becoming complicated. It is part of the process. I mean, peace is not just only about signing the agreement. Peace is about establishing a relation. I was just talking about the peace crossroad that will create interconnectivity in the region, will bring more economic opportunities. So we will start discussing other existing issues. So we should look as peace agreement signing process not as end goal, but as part of establishing peace in the region, part of the process. And in that context, I would say that Armenia is ready even today or tomorrow to sign the peace agreement. We are expecting and working with Azerbaijan to see how we can come to that point when we will sign the peace agreement and start working on larger context of peace, establishing peace in the region.
You possibly know that the Islamic Republic of Iran welcomed this move, and we do believe that in South Caucasus, normalization of this relation is very crucial for the future and the well-being of the people of this region. So, do you think that we can come up with any format? 2+1, 3+1, different formats that we discussed in the region before, 3+2, format, these sort of formats can help us for a more integration in this region, or you still believe that, these bilateral initiatives are working better? Because yet we have not been able to materialize and fostering this regional cooperation in South Caucasus.
Look, we very much welcome the Iran stand to sign the peace agreement, and we appreciate very much. On peace agreement signing process, actually previously there were more actors engaged in this process, but lately we have been intensively discussing with Azerbaijan bilaterally, and I even can say that the final stage, it was mainly bilateral when we were finalizing the text. So we will continue to working with Azerbaijan bilaterally to see how we can move forward and sign the peace agreement. And in that context, we are seeing that the bilateral format is very much efficient, and we very much welcome the international community's support, be it Iran or other actors who are welcoming this signing of the peace agreement and moving on that direction.
You talked about international community. You know that we have heard this from Yerevan, that diversification of Armenia's foreign policy is one of the main goals or main policies of Armenia. On the other hand, there are those who believe that this diversification is excluding them from any initiative that include them in this region. So how do you define this diversification of Armenia's foreign policy? Does it mean that you are looking just to West, or it means that you're going to bring balance to your foreign policy? And do you think that everybody could be included in this diversification?
Look, our diversification is not about exclusion, it's about inclusion. Firstly. Second, it is not pivot to the West, it's pivot to the world. That's very much important to mention. And in this pivot, it's about inclusion, not exclusion. And within this context, we intensively work, first of all, to sign the peace agreement with Azerbaijan. We actually intensively work with Turkey to open the border and normalize the relation. We develop our relation with Iran. We develop our relation with Georgia and with other countries too. It's not only about West, it's also about India. It is about China, it's about other countries. So I would call it more precisely pivot to the world. And in that pivot, we are looking for partners, and it's about inclusion, not exclusion.
Very, very good encapsulation of new foreign policy. For the last question, I would like to talk about Iran-Armenia relations. You know that there's a big Armenian community inside Iran, and we are very proud of them, and they are very central part of Iranian society. How do you see the future of Iran-Armenia relations?
We are also proud of Armenians living in Iran, and actually they usually benefit in the context of Armenia-Iran relations development. For the last a few years, Armenia-Iran relations have been intensively developing. The intensive visits from Yerevan to Tehran and also from Tehran to Yerevan is a signal of expansion of our relation and more cooperation. I think Armenia-Iran relation also in many other contexts is very much exemplary too, because we are showing how neighbors can work together and how we can find solutions to many problems, and how we can cooperate, bringing benefit to both countries. So for only during these 4 or 5 months of the year, already the Mr. Ahmadiani was in Yerevan, Mr. Arakchi was in Yerevan, I'm here, and Armenia. We have a huge Armenian delegation from think tanks here. The cooperation on different direction is developing, so we are looking forward to strengthening our relations.
What are the main obstacles between Iran and Armenia relation to expand it to a new level, from your point of view?
I think there is no any obstacles.
Okay.
There is a strong will both in Yerevan and in Tehran to develop our relations. There's no any if there's obstacles, those obstacles are mainly natural obstacles to develop those relations. But we don't see any obstacles because the strong will both in Yerevan and in Tehran is creating very well ground to develop our relations.
I know that you have had a very wonderful, meetings yesterday and today in Tehran. I've been detailed on some of your meetings, and I'm very glad that our relation has reached to this point. And I know that soon you are leaving us, so I really wish you a very safe trip back home, and hope to see you soon, inshallah, in Tehran or in Yerevan. Thank you very much, and please join me to appreciate our.
خیلی خوبه. Thank you very much.
MashaAllah.
Inshallah. Yeah. I think if you have been briefed to those meetings, you can also prove what I have been saying.
100%.
That in our relations there is no any obstacle, and that meetings are of that signal. And let's continue to work and see how we can expand our relation. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much.